Hey guys, this is Cody again. I wanted to show you a little bit about my boat and the boat blind I bought from Beavertail. Put on it. It's a 1600 series. We're just going to kind of review the pros and cons to it. It's not built for the tracker boat, but it fits pretty well. And stay tuned. I'll show you how it works on my boat. See if it works on yours. Thanks. All right, showing you the blind from the back of the boat. Starting off with how it mounts to the boat. Just these retention bars. They're rubberized, so it doesn't scratch your boat. They lock down with T-handles that spin into the bar. Driving down the highway, you put these straps on so your bars don't bounce and lose the blind. And then the whole blind, grass and all, once it's been brushed, goes in this vinyl tarp kind of deal. It locks, it buckle locks all the way down to the front. You don't have to worry about taking the blind on and off every time you go out or come back in. When a season's over and you're ready to go back to bass fishing, you just release the tension locks and pull the whole blind off, and it stows just like this in your garage or wherever you're going to put it. Alright, moving down, if you come over here, I'll show you the locks to the vinyl tarp. Real easy. You just, once you put the blind down like it is, you roll up, gather all your loose stuff, roll it up, and then this clips over and under itself to keep all that in place. You don't have to worry about losing your brush or anything like that if you're going out the next day. Alright. One thing I liked about this blind was that the tiller motor doesn't collide with it when it's down in the driving position, and then you can put the motor up for trailing and it still doesn't hit your blind at all. So that was a plus. Keep in mind this blind isn't designed specifically for the Grizzly Tracker 1548, but it matches well. The dimensions for the side to side and length of the actual hunting platform and space is pretty standard across the board. So it fits well but not perfect, and I'll show you that once we get the whole blind set up. So moving up to the front. Alright, I'm going to show you basically when you get out to your blind or you get out to your spot ready to put the boat in the water, how to prep your blind and how to get it set up. So obviously we just say we highwayed to wherever we're going to go and now we want this off. You just unbuckle all the clips coming down. It's real simple. Just little buckles like you find on a backpack or a hunting bag. And this black part slides out. Put it in the back of your truck, whatever you're going to do with it. I took off the two black straps holding the bars down so that you're ready to go. You'll know if you forget those, blind won't come up. Then what I do is I just pull the front excess canvas out and do the same in the back so that you're ready. Come over here, we're going to put our motor down. It'll go on with the motor up, but it doesn't sit right, and I'll show you that in just a minute. So just let your motor down. Alright, once you have your motor down in the driving mode, like you're about to back it up, it takes like one person, maybe two. You're just going to grab the fabric on one side and rock the whole blind over, and it'll set itself up by itself. So see if I can do it one-handed, maybe not. It's just about that easy. Obviously you won't have your canvas cover on. Once you get it up, pull your fabric on this side. Get all your fabric down and over the motor. Alright, so we've already flipped it, put the canvas over the motor. That way we're not flaring our birds with the reflective plastic the motors come with. On the actual Beavertail boats, it's square back here and fits a little bit better, but these are great to go over your pontoons. You can do it on both sides, keeps the fabric nice and tight. And then moving up the front of the boat, you just bring that fabric over. You can reach this from inside of the boat. It's a little bit more difficult, but you can do it. You bring that front end, same thing. Just bring all your fabric over, and it'll get all tight. I just take my bungees and put them around the eyelets these boats come with. Alright, so this is your blind set up. It's got all these fabric loops to grass it. This stuff is everywhere, front, back, topped. They did real well putting it over the shooter holes. You can make a little pocket for just your head to pop up and your shotgun. I feel like this is going to be really good for concealment. It's real thick. I think it's like some kind of really tightly woven denier. It's supposed to repel the water off, keep the wind off. It's not 100% waterproof. If you're buying this blind, to make sure you're 100% waterproof, the top where the hatches, the shooter holes are, they are Velcroed, and they're not Velcroed all the way around. So water will come through the top. But Beavertail sells a arched bivy top that will prevent that. I believe they're between $120 to $220 for them. Stay tuned, I'll probably get one next season. But we're going to put this out and put it to the test. Alright, so sitting in the front shooter hole of the 3, I just wanted to show you, you're sitting about shoulder height or shoulder deep in the blind, good just for your head to be spotting for birds. I wanted to show you these collapse in, and then they Velcro to the side of the blind. so that they're out of your way. You don't have this flap hanging on inside of where you're trying to shoot. And if you look at the back of this, you can see it's real tan, so it's not on the outside making big tan rectangles or whatever on the outside of your blind. So that was pretty nice little feature they put in there. This is also, you can put your grass in here, so you're still keeping pretty good concealment even with these open. When it rains, obviously you can close them up. Just keep in mind, if you're a tall guy like myself, if I sit up straight like I'm shooting, I'm up above the blind. I'm not down here concealed at all times, unless you get that bivy, and then you can sit up and you'll be completely concealed the whole time. So there is 3 shooter panels about this size right here, and then the whole center, there's these snaps right here. These just unsnap, and you can take the whole centerpiece out, so the whole middle of your boat is a shooting hole. If you need more than 3, or you're kind of a bigger dude like myself and you don't fit in the shooting holes very well, that's also an option to you. If you look around the boat, you can see I'm up on my front fishing deck. I'm sitting on the post where my fishing seat goes. Putting the seat directly in the hole is actually very comfortable. We tested it out and it fits perfect. It's just like sitting down here, but just a little more comfort to it, so your butt's not freezing on the metal one. Alright, so as you can see, I'm still sitting on the front deck. You still have access to your gun locker. It's removable. I'm sitting on this thing, my butt's getting kind of cold. Got a hatch, don't even know if I have access to it. Hey, look at that, it opens up. In case you want to go fishing mid-duck hunt, I reckon. Trolling motor still on the boat, it's still attached, ready to go. On the boat and attached is the same thing, in case you missed that. I guess you could have it not attached and just laying in the floor, still be on the boat technically, but it's up there if you need it. Not reflecting real bad. Bungee cord goes around it and the front of the boat, so straps down pretty good. Supposedly 3 people will fit in here and shoot. I got a stool I'll probably put in the middle for the 3rd guy. She's recording my boots, I'm not really sure why. Get you a good set of boots though, they're comfortable. These are Justin's, I recommend them. Yeah, we'll swap to the back of the boat and I'll show you how the blind interferes and works with the tiller and all the switches and stuff back there. Alright, this is from the front looking back of the boat. You can see the outboard sitting there underneath the canvas. You still have access to it. It's not flaring your birds or reflecting anything like that. When the blind is stowed, you still can drive the boat. That tiller doesn't interfere with the blind at all. It folds up out of the way when you're not using it, and when the blind's down and when you're ready to go, just fold the blind and then put that tiller handle down, you'll be good to go. Still have full access to everything interior of the boat, your switches, courtesy lights, battery, gas tank, all of that. It doesn't take up any of the interior space. You're just adding walls basically, so you're not losing any space on your boat, which is a good thing. That's why I like this blind. Alright, here's a view of the shooting holes in the middle. Just give you kind of an idea of the size of them. They're a couple feet by a couple feet, it looks like. Pretty good spacious room. You're not going to feel like you're stuck. You and your shotgun get up and shoot some birds with no issues. I have a 3-post seat I'll put in the middle for the middle shooter, and it's a perfect height for it. So stay tuned. If you have any questions or anything like that about the blind you want to know before you purchase. I think the blind was just shy of $700. Keep in mind it is built for a Beavertail boat, but it fits fine on the Tracker Grizzlies. Just show you real quick the whole blind setup as if you were hunting in it without the grass. Bungee cords go around the pontoons, covers the whole outboard. Looks pretty good, goes right over the edge of the boat. All those straps that have grass in it when you brush the blind. This is the front. Bungee cords go over the eyelet stakes and then over the trolling motor. The only problem you might run into with the trolling motor is you got to grass the front heavily so that that's not reflecting in the sun like it is right now. Keep that in mind when you're brushing. You want to cover up anything that looks like man-made or man-made shaped. Here's the other side of the blind, just so you get a full view of it. I couldn't find any videos on YouTube of this being on this particular boat, so hopefully this helps one of you guys. Again, it goes all the way down to the edge, and it's the same bungee cord system on this side. Once again, this was Cody with the Foul Mood team with a review of the Beavertail 1600 series on a Grizzly Tracker 1548. If you haven't seen the boat review video, I'll link it in the description. If you liked our content and this review helped you with this blind or purchasing a blind, please like and subscribe and share it with your friends. Thank you very much. Have a good one.